All right, my friends, welcome back to Frog Boy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and there's something that I want to kind of talk about. Now, we've got a lot of, pushback against like Sweet Baby Inc., Black Girl Gamers or whatever. Um, all of these diversity, inclusion type companies out there that are coming into gaming right now, and we're getting, more and more of it, defeminine, of women in video games, like other things to try to make males less powerful, weaken masculinity, the inclusion of like trans and LBGT, stuff, in our video games, and all of it under this mantra of we need inclusivity. Getting rid of like the male white protagonists and stuff like that. And it's been going on, obviously for like the last 10 years or so. At first it started out pretty subtle, and if you go back, like I have, and I have been for a little while, if you actually go back and look at some of the games across that time frame, and you really start to put the pieces together, like this has been in motion for a very long time now, and we're just and it's like and it's just went like right over our heads for the longest time, and now we've even got gamers that defend it. We've got gamers that are absolutely opposed to it. And then we have people in the middle of the, just goes over their head, and they don't really think about it unless there's something, that like really like makes them notice it in one game and they don't notice it in the other games. And I kind of fall under that bracket. I take each game on its own. I know that there's noisy people on both sides of the aisle all the time when it comes to gaming and stuff. And, you know, we say we want the wokeness and all of that stuff to end in our video games, but I said this on live stream the other night. It's not gonna end, my friends. It's not gonna end. If anything, it's only going to get worse, and it's going to it's going to completely change the industry, at least from a Western point of view, like our Western developers, because those are the people that are making our video games now. It's not the Cliff Blazinskis anymore. It's not, you know any of these other developers that like the ones that built like like the old God of War. It's not David Jaffe anymore. It's not. I mean, it is them. It's just a newer version of those people that are more worried about activism and doing this and doing that, and trying to find creative ways to completely out-create themselves and create themselves out of a job. Because it's like Cliff Blazinski, man. If you've ever listened to his book or read his book, or you watch David Jaffe, I mean, these guys obviously have the exact same mental capacity, or mental, like they all kind of think in that little hive bubble type deal in it, and it's all of them. It really is all of them. It's just they were a lot more about money before, whereas now, and that's the only thing that switched. That's the only switch. It's like they used to care about money. They used to care about building games that were gonna sell, and they built the games for the people that were gonna buy them. Now they just don't care. Now the developers literally do not care if you buy and play their games. And I mean, because at least that's what they're saying. You see the stuff that they say on Twitter and everything else. They don't care if you buy their games. They really don't care if these corporations fail. They don't care if they get a paycheck. I swear they don't care. They would much rather have their feelings and their emotions and everything come before making money or being stable or any of that. And I've seen this switch. Like, I've seen this transition of thinking in America and in Western civilization, that like we've had it all of my life. I'm 43 years old. I mean, we basically had like a cakewalk for the most part. It's been a cakewalk, you know. We've never really had to worry about any kind of massive wars on our soil or anything like that. And you know, there was just money everywhere, and things just weren't bad. So for some reason, there's all this guilt and everything around, like, oh man, like we. I don't get it. Or maybe it's just like, maybe they're that entitled. Like we're like, Americans are that entitled, or the Western culture is that entitled that they just would rather spew this stuff all day, not caring about their customer base or their fan base or anything like that. I get that there's a lot of touchy things out there, you know, like I get it, you know. I mean, like if you've been, or you're around a lot of people that tell you that you're oppressed, or that you can't do this or you can't do that. And I mean, like, let's think about it. I mean, religion, guys, is pretty, like, I guess it depends on the church you're at, or the people you're around in the church. I mean, it can either be really militant, or it could be like, yeah, man, we love Christ and everything like that. So I get that, you know. Some of them are, you know, obviously we grow up, you know. I mean, at least for me, I grew up, you know, in a religious, you know, family and in a religious state, obviously, and you get taught that your whole life, and you gain those teachings and those beliefs and stuff like that. And so then you incorporate that in who you are and what you are, and that defines your beliefs, and that helps, you know, create who you're going to be, and that helps lead you to situations that you're going to be in. And like, when I was younger, I rebelled, obviously, you know. I went out and I did my own thing, and you know, and then later in life, you know, coming back, you know, and being like, okay, yeah, you know what, I really do believe in that. I've made my peace. I've said my things, and now I believe. And trust me, man, I had my rebellious, like, time, and I get. I get it. You know, I look at it from both sides. You know, I look at it from my point of view and my beliefs and what I want to buy and what I want to experience. But then I also look at it from the people that are creating this content now. And I feel like there's no longer, I don't feel like there's no longer, there really is no longer any desire for these people to create the games that they used to create. I mean, you look at all the backlash over Stellar Blade right now, and me personally, I don't hate the game, but I don't really care to, like, play it right now. I'll wait until it's at a price that I'm like, yeah, that feels better for me. I would much rather play it on PC. If it was coming out on PC, I would buy it, you know, and I'd pay full price. But I've already bought so many games on the PlayStation 5, and I just get frustrated knowing that I could have played them on the PC or something, and they would have been at least better running or better looking or something like that. I'm kind of struggling with Rise of the Ronin right now. I really like the game, but I'm also at the point where I'm like, gosh dang it, I wish I could have played this on the PC. But that's, you know, a little bit. I get that, you know, like Sweet Baby Inc. and all of these people are out there. And going after them right now feels like there's a lot of, you know, going after those things right now is, you know, obviously it's uniting a lot of gamers and stuff. And you guys are 100% right, man. You guys have, like, us gamers, I don't want to play that stuff. I don't want to be force-fed some stupid narrative that doesn't matter to me. That doesn't matter to me. As a straight white male, I don't care. You know, I mean, I do care, but I don't care. You know, I don't want I don't want to go out of my way to, like, hurt anybody or make anybody feel uncomfortable, or give somebody the sense that I wouldn't, you know, treat them as a human being, or be there for them, or be good to them because of their beliefs or how they live their life or what they do. I don't ever want anybody to feel that way, period. Like, I don't. But I also don't want to be forced into uncomfortable positions. It's not even uncomfortable. It's annoying, to be completely honest with you. It's more annoying than it is uncomfortable. Because if it breaks my immersion, then I don't care. Then I lose interest, and then it's wasted money, or it's wasted potential, or something like that. And, you know, like, think about this. Ghost of New Eden, I was very hyped and very pumped for that game, but they brought that stupid politics in there. That stupid feministic politics stuff that I don't care about. I don't care about that stuff. I don't have a problem with strong, black female leads. I don't care. Like, I liked Forspoken. I actually thought that was pretty cool. I didn't care. And I mean, that game is like super, like, it's got like the super woke stamp of approval on it, and I didn't mind that because there was enough in that game that I could do that completely, and the story's so spaced out that, like, by the time you do get there, I don't really ever remember doing anything on there that was like super, that was like super like bad or anything like that. I don't remember anything, that broke my immersion that way. So I was like, yeah, I mean, it just went right over my head. Some games it goes over my head. Some games it's so blatantly, obviously annoying. Even with Suicide Squad, went right over my head. If it was in there, I mean, it went over my head most of the time. I thought it was pretty dope. People are saying, oh, it's woke, and then you watch Superman absolutely obliterate Wonder Woman, and I'm like, yeah, okay, guys, he absolutely destroyed her, and I'm like, dang, dude, that was a pretty sad moment. I liked Suicide Squad, guys, and I'm not gonna say I don't like it. The Joker now, yeah, that looks a little bit weird to me, a little bit femme. I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm not playing that. So I don't care. I played that game for the single player experience, and I liked it. So yeah, going forward, I'm going to cover games. Like, if they look interesting to me, I'm gonna pick them up. If they are woke or whatever, guys, I'm gonna go back to the thing with just having like the Bud Light can in there, because I don't want to sit and draw attention to myself. I don't really want to like have this channel like marked or destroyed over stupid stuff like that, because at the end of the day, I don't care. I just want to be able to warn you, because I feel like, you might want to know. So if I'm reviewing a game and there is a Bud Light can sitting right next to me, okay, and this is the only time I'm going to warn you or anything. If there's a Bud Light can sitting on this table while I'm reviewing a game, my friends, then there is some degree of wokeness or pandering or whatever political garbage in there. And I'm going to give you my honest opinion on the game. If I enjoyed the game and it was okay and I liked it, I'm pretty sure that maybe if it's in there, but you're listening to what I'm saying about it, and if I'm like, yeah, this is a good game. Like, I liked Life is Strange True Colors. That game would have had a Bud Light can right here. But I actually liked that. And I went into it knowing, hey man, this is what you're buying. This is what you're getting into. And I was okay with that. I was okay with the experience. I liked it. I thought it turned out pretty good. But like things that are thrust upon me, like Banishers, Ghost of New Eden, everything else about that game, freaking awesome. That stupid nonsense made me very mad. It really frustrated me that I'm like, oh my gosh, because it's just so cringe written. If they would have written it more like The Last of Us Part 2, it probably would have been okay, but it just sounded cringe, man. It sounded like something that came straight out of like Hillary Clinton's freaking, like Hillary Clinton wrote it. I'm like, oh my gosh, dude. Whew, this is terrible. And, so I get it, my friends. I know that stuff's out there, but I don't want to, I'm really trying very hard to like steer this channel away from being such a negative place. I don't want it to be negative, guys. I love video games. I want to be able to cover this stuff, and I'm going to buy whatever seems good to me, whatever I see. If it like piques my interest, I'm going to buy it. But I will do that solid for you guys. I'll just have the Bud Light can sitting right here from now on, guys, so that you guys can, and after I'm done playing it, I'll research it a little bit, see what other people are saying about it before I drop my full, I'll do my full review, but, I will, I don't know. Maybe I will have to research it, because I miss things sometimes, and it doesn't even dawn on me until after the fact. So, I mean, but then again, if it goes right over my head, maybe it'll go right over your head too, and you won't notice it, and you won't have to be negative about it. So, all right, my friends, if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.